Neymar once finished third in the Ballon d'Or, 361 points, close enough to feel the weight of that golden ball. To close the gap, he forced the most expensive transfer in football history, 222 million euros, to step out of Messi's shadow and claim the throne for himself. He never got closer. And the reasons start long before Paris. In 2009, a 17-year-old kid wearing the white shirt of Santos stepped onto the pitch in Brazil. Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. did not play like the others. He moved with a dizzying, unpredictable flair that immediately turned him into a national obsession. He was a phenomenon happening in real time. By 2011, he pushed Santos to the peak of South American football, scoring the decisive goal to win the Copa Libertadores. That same year, his audacious solo run against Flamengo, featuring a jaw-dropping backheel flick and a delicate finish, won the FIFA Puskas Award. The world took notice of the viral sensation. At just 19 years old, and without ever playing a single minute of European club football, Neymar finished 10th in the 2011 Ballon d'Or voting. He became the only player based in South America to crack the global top 10 in the modern era. The international football establishment recognized that this young forward was far more than a regional star. His performance levels and supreme confidence proved that his trajectory was already aligned with the absolute pinnacle of the sport. The golden ball was the baseline expectation from the very beginning. In the summer of 2013, Neymar arrived at Barcelona. He stepped into a dressing room already built around Lionel Messi and soon Luis Suarez. Together, they formed a devastating front line, a trident manager Luis Enrique called the finest in football history. Over 3 seasons, the trio scored 326 of Barcelona's 465 goals. But the tactical design of this machine came with an individual compromise. To make the system work, Neymar had to stay wide on the left flank, leaving the central channels to Messi. While the team dominated, the internal statistics reflected a clear hierarchy. Of their 326 goals, Messi claimed 135, Suarez scored 110, and Neymar finished with 81. This statistical reality heavily influenced the Ballon d'Or voting. In 2015, Barcelona won the historic treble, sweepingly securing La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and the Champions League. Yet when the global votes were tallied, Messi captured over 41% to claim the trophy, while Neymar finished third with just under 8%. The obstacle was no longer Neymar's talent. He had proven he belonged at the absolute pinnacle of European football, but at Barcelona, every collective triumph was ultimately credited to Messi's genius. Individual glory was divided, and the spotlight belonged to another. In August 2017, Neymar took matters into his own hands, executing the boldest and most polarizing decision of his career. Paris Saint-Germain shattered the world transfer record, paying a staggering 222 million euros to buy out his Barcelona contract. This transfer was a direct declaration of independence. Neymar's father and advisors negotiated a contract designed to thrust the 25-year-old into the undisputed center of a global project. He chose to leave Barcelona to become the main protagonist, aiming to steer a new club to Champions League glory on his own terms. In Paris, the equation was clear. If he won, the glory and the Ballon d'Or would be his alone. But the astronomical price tag transformed his ambition into a heavy debt. By demanding the spotlight, he inherited a relentless, unforgiving pressure. The French capital was a high-stakes arena where anything short of absolute global dominance would be judged as a failure. Every match, every dribble, and every off-field decision would now be scrutinized under a microscope. Neymar made his ultimate objective clear. He publicly declared his desire to be the best player in the world and capture the Ballon d'Or. But this individual crown is governed by a strict institutional math, decided by specialized journalists representing the top 100 FIFA-ranked nations. The voting system demands a specific formula. It rewards major European trophies, decisive goals in knockout rounds, and most of all, year-round availability. For Neymar, Paris was supposed to provide the platform to satisfy these criteria. Instead, the award's rigid standards became a weekly judgment. Every match became an audit of his durability and statistical output. The central question of his career shifted. The challenge was no longer proving his raw genius, but maintaining the healthy, uninterrupted seasons required to make his case to the world. On July 4, 2014, a heavy knee from Colombian defender Juan Camilo Zuniga struck Neymar's lower back. The impact fractured his third lumbar vertebra, ending his home World Cup on a stretcher. It was the first catastrophic break in his career momentum, robbing him of the global tournament that historically decides the Ballon d'Or. 4 years later in Paris, a devastating cycle took root. In February 2018, Neymar suffered a fractured fifth metatarsal and a severe ankle sprain. The subsequent surgery forced him to miss the season-defining Champions League knockout match against Real Madrid. It became the defining pattern of his PSG era. By 2023, Neymar had suffered 9 separate major injuries, spending over 530 days in rehabilitation. The sheer volume of missed time meant he was unavailable for nearly 50% of PSG's matches. The Ballon d'Or voting panel rewards year-round consistency and decisive knockout stage performances. Neymar's unmatched talent was constantly fighting against a body that refused to cooperate. Every time he built the statistical momentum to challenge the world's best, his momentum shattered on the pitch. He was no longer just competing against rival players. He was locked in an agonizing battle against his own physical limits. The golden ball drifted further out of reach with every fracture, every surgery, and every month spent away from the pitch. While Neymar spent months in rehabilitation, 19-year-old Kylian Mbappé won the 2018 World Cup, returning to Paris as a global icon. By 2019, Mbappé claimed the league's golden boot and finished 7th in the Ballon d'Or voting, eclipsing his teammate on and off the pitch. The club's identity adjusted to this new reality. Paris Saint-Germain began anchoring their long-term project to the young French forward, eroding Neymar's status as the sole protagonist. Reports of a dressing room power struggle and tactical friction soon filled the headlines. Neymar had left Barcelona to escape Lionel Messi's shadow, only to find a new, unstoppable force claiming the spotlight in his own dressing room. The mathematics of the Ballon d'Or favored absolute durability. In 2017, Neymar reached his career peak, finishing 3rd with 361 points. Yet Cristiano Ronaldo secured the trophy with 946 points, exposing the vast distance Neymar still had to climb. As injuries fragmented his subsequent seasons, the window slammed shut. Neymar dropped to 12th in 2018, 16th in 2019 and 2021, and missed the 30-man shortlist entirely in 2022. The voting logic demands constant, uninterrupted availability and dominant springtime knockout performances, standards his body could not support. While rivals compiled complete year-round campaigns, Neymar's brilliance was confined to brief, interrupted bursts. He departed elite European football empty-handed, leaving behind the legacy of the sport's ultimate what-if. Neymar's legacy transcends missing gold. As football becomes increasingly clinical, his joyful, rebellious flair feels like a beautiful relic. The ultimate tragedy isn't his empty trophy mantle, but how quickly we prioritize silverware over pure magic. Was he football's greatest what-if? Share your thoughts in the comments.